Hi Cancers, welcome to my channel. I'm so excited to have you guys. Welcome to the Intuitive Teacup. That is me. You are the beautiful Cancerian folk, and I love each and every one of you. Thank you for joining me. Welcome back to the subscribers. Welcome to the newbies. I hope you enjoy some of the tarot messages I am going to spin out for you today. So we are going to do a fun little spread on career and finances. As always, only takeaway messages for your best and highest good. They're general messages that means that not everything I say is going to resonate. Not everything's going to hit home. That's totally normal. These messages are going out to hundreds, potentially thousands of people. Only take away what seems to fit your story. If something strikes a chord, great. Take it and run with it. If it doesn't, drop it like it's hot, okay? Everything you need to know about this video will be in the description box below, including the decks I'm using, the social media channels, etc. How to check your birth chart if you're interested, because you're welcome to check your sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs for additional messages. And yeah, let's get started for the Cancers. For all the Cancers out there, cross watchers are welcome, though we tend not to get those too much on financial spreads. That's more love, but it's funny. Sometimes the career spreads will translate for love readings. That's not my intention, but you know, again, if it suits your story, take it and run with it. So, all right, that one wanted to pop out. For Cancers in the workplace, career and finances and money. Let's see what we can get in there for some pentacles. All right, cool. Let's do it. So, bottom of the deck is the universe. Okay, very cool. Somebody else had this. It may have been Virgo. Doesn't really matter. This card is unique to this deck. Oh, it was Leo. This card is unique to this deck. It literally doesn't exist in other tarot decks because 21 is the last card in the Fool's Journey, the major arcana. It's the world. This is a step above. This is the universe. This isn't just aliens. This is aliens too. Do you know what I mean? Like, shit got real, okay? So we'll keep that in mind as we go forward. Ultimately, this talks about the even bigger cycles, not just completing the world, but completing the universe. It does talk a lot about our spiritual ascensions, if you guys are into that, and some of you I'm sure are, right? You're watching tarot videos. It's not for everyone, but it does talk about the greater importance of what we're doing here on Earth, the gifts we're giving and the downloads we're receiving. It's like, it's doing like cosmic cleaning, if you will, to try and for the betterment of the planet, essentially, right? For the betterment of the universe. It's beyond just the world. It's something greater. The impact is even greater. She's holding an egg, right? It's a little trippy. It always kind of reminds me of the star baby at the end of 2001 Space Odyssey. It's something beyond what most our minds can even conceive, okay? So that's not bad for the first card about your career, right? It's something bigger than your mind can even conceive. Wow. Okay, so we're starting off with the Lovers. That's appropriate because we just got into Gemini season. Happy Gemini season, and this is the card of Gemini, the Lovers, right? So again, instantly we go to, oh my God, the love of my life. Sure, but it may also be the career of your life that you love, right? So it could be a person, but this is the you section, Gemini. You might be a Gemini Cancer cusper. Feeling love, wanting to put love out in the world, wanting to find your soulmate, but meaning it's like your soul's destiny for that ideal job, for that ideal career. And so I mean, potentially you could meet a future soulmate at this job, whether it's romantic or not. It could be, there's so many different scenarios here. There could be a soul life partner that happens to be someone like you work alongside with someone. It's like you're in it for the long haul together, even if it's not romantic. But that's a good card. I love it. They are energetically tied to one another. There's commitment, there's loyalty. So again, even if this is talking more about you at a place of business, a place of work, that's what I would want, right? Loyalty, dedication, a love, a mutual love and respect for one another. Oh, Cancer, I love it. Cancer's due for a good reading. Ace of Shields. Hell yeah, we finally got some pentacles here. We haven't had a lot of pentacles in the spread, and as most of you know, pentacles are representative of money, typically. They're tangible, earthly things. Earth signs, so Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. It's a new beginning, a new endeavor. It's the seed you plant that will blossom eventually into a great tree that yields fruit, or, you know, acorns, or the things grow off the tree. It nurtures those who sit under its branches. It's good. But I see this card and we think, okay, Ace of Pentacles, the seed, it's snow, right? The ground is frozen. It needs to thaw in order for us to take full advantage of whatever this seed, this pentacle is offering to us. So to me, that always indicates that there may be some time, but it's extremely hopeful. It's extremely optimistic. It's like you've potentially found that passion you love. Now it's like you got to nurture that seed, and maybe it's going to take a few seasons. Maybe it's going to take a few months. Maybe it's going to take a few years, right? It's going to be different for everyone. Extremely hopeful, though. Extremely hopeful. Especially for those who are coming off or out of a work situation that I just want to say it like dimmed your light. It snuffed your fire out. I see it like this cooking pot or whatever it's supposed to be. There's steam left, but it's like an empty pot. And, you know, cups in the tarot, we know are love, their emotions, they're water signs like you, Cancer. I see this as like the water has run out, or the water is running thin, meaning your love for what you were doing, I'm just getting in the past, it was minimal at best. So this new opportunity is huge for you, Cancer, because again, it's being ushered in with the idea of love, lasting love, a long-term commitment, the lovers, right? Very interesting. I love it. That's great. All right, so that's sort of the internal, what's going on with Cancer. This is what's going on in the external. So your environment, your surroundings, what's going on at your current place of work. If you don't have a job, it's what's going on, you know, wherever you are seated in life right now. It could potentially be what's coming in too if you don't have a job. Excellent. This is the card of moderation. All right, so this is the card of Temperance in this deck. Very interesting depiction. I love this deck. It's the Bohemian Animal Tarot. I'll put it in the description below. It's the card of Temperance. So this is balancing the heart and the head, the way a burlesque dancer, which is what's depicted here. I love that Cancer got this. It's so fitting for you guys. It's like naughty but sweet, which I think it perfectly encapsulates a Cancer. It's the idea of, again, like moderation. It's like you what is the word I'm looking for? It's like sassy. It's like the peep show, the burlesque dancer. It's you taper on the edge of being overly sexual, but it's all with a wink. It's supposed to be a little bit gaudy and ridiculous. If you read the description in the book, it reminds us that burlesque started off as like a comical performance, right? So nowadays it's become kind of this gritty, potentially seedy thing, but it's also great entertainment, right? It's moderation. It's a balance of the two, of our dark and our light energy. We see there's a devil and an angel, right? So internally, much like the card of the Chariot, which is yours, Cancer, I always see Temperance as, if we get the Chariot twice, 7 and 7, 14, that's Temperance. It's a higher version of that. It's still balancing the dark and the light horses, only it's more internal now. It's balancing our own dark and light energies, and we're human. Everybody has that, right? Temperance can also be a card of healing, especially the way it's depicted here. I see this as, again, the idea of using comedy, of using laughter is the best medicine. This is what's around you. So I don't know if you, for some reason, this translates to me as you have really good coworkers, or a buddy at least that's really, that's inspiring you, that's keeping you going. Perhaps somebody is your muse. If somebody is doing something artistic, maybe there's that person you go back to that maybe they're like a very reliable, loyal client. This could potentially be the lover in this relationship, right? It's Sagittarian energy for anybody interested in that. So yeah, Cancer, if there's a Sagittarian in your life who is a key component, especially in the workplace, they light your fire, they help you get through a bad day. You know, you toss a couple of beers back at the end of the day with them potentially. They keep it light, they keep it fun, and I love that this is the card for Sagittarius too, because they do. If anybody knows this, my dad's a Sagittarius, and yeah, there's the same dynamic of that sweet but naughty side to them. It's great. Anyway, it can also be a spectacle, is what I'm getting. Maybe this person can be a little bit over the top. Or maybe this person, I want to say, gets you into trouble from time to time. And again, this could be representative more of like the work or the workplace. There's something fun about it though. There's something intriguing. You don't look at this card and go, ugh, boring. You're kind of like, what the hell am I looking at? So it could be the career you're in, Cancer. There's something that draws people's eye. There's something that is show-like. There's a production involved when you do it. And maybe you work in the entertainment industry. Maybe you're literally putting on shows, even if you're, the guy in the back, curling up the wires or whatever, maybe you're a stand-up comedian, maybe you're a dancer, maybe something artistic, potentially something in the world of entertainment. But with that, because the idea of moderation and even temperance, it actually, to temper, it literally speaks about the idea of, oh shit, what is the word? It just completely left my brain. Not abstinence, but refraining from drinking. So again, meaning that idea of work hard, play hard, if you will, very Sagittarian energy. There's a need to reel it back when it gets to be too much. It's like, I'm only going to show you this part of my body, but then I'm going to put my shirt back up because I can't show you the whole bit. It's again, moderation, temperance. You can only do so much. There's only so much you can let the light energy out before the dark energy wants to sort of catch up, if that makes sense. Weirdly, it is almost like a warning, and not in a bad way. Again, I'm never doing these tarot videos to put fear in anyone's heart. There's a warning of just be careful that, again, equilibrium, balance, moderation. Don't let the dark overpower the light. Don't let the light overpower the dark. And I know that sort of seems contradictory, right? Light workers, we're doing the light, but everybody has balance to them. You would not be human if you didn't have darker sides, if you didn't have negative thoughts. A lot of it has to do with self-doubt, right? Temperance, you're healing yourself. You have your toe in the pool of intuition. Water is healing energy. It has to do with loving yourself. Which, I keep going back to the stripper analogy here too, right? Let's, is my deck upside down? Yeah. Well, is it? I don't know, whatever. If reversals come out, we'll take them. Let's clarify moderation for Cancer. There is something very happy about this card though. Oh, you just got your card. I don't know if I can show this on YouTube. I love these cards. I don't know what the nudity policy is, whatever. This is your card, Cancer, the Chariot. And you know how we were talking about balancing the light and the dark horses, the light and the dark energy? Again, that's what this is. It's these horses must work in unison, the dark and the light together. They must work together successfully. And you being the driver, the charioteer, Cancer, you have to work to restrain them, to control them, to get them to go to the next destination, to achieve victory, to literally get you from A to B. But it's a metaphor for what's going on internally inside of us. You need to balance your own dark and light energy, as we were saying, with moderation to achieve greatness in your own life. This can sometimes speak about travel, especially those working in entertainment. You may be taking some sort of trip or travel opportunity to go meet new clients, to go seek it could be seeking new vendors, new customers, but there's something about the performance element with this moderation. So, you could be going to one of those, what do you call it, when you set up like a booth and there's 100 booths and you go around, it's like you're performing to sell your product, you're competing with other people, but ultimately you're trying to get people's attention by showing off your skills, your ideas. And this could, if it's not a literal travel, it could just speak to progressing your career forward. It's a necessary step. The stars are guiding you. The universe is guiding you to take this next step. Very cool. So what's the conflict or the heart of the matter? What we have here is the suspended man. So card number 12. All right. The hanged man in traditional decks. It is self-imposed rest. It can be a frustrating energy for Cancers who are impatient. I definitely can relate to that. I am not the most patient person. It's a need to step back and think, a need to step back and breathe, to see things from a different perspective. If he were upright, he would see things the way everybody else does, but he doesn't. He's the hanged man, so he's upside down. Again, self-imposed hanged man, right? He needs to see things upside down. He needs to take in the information, process it in a new, different way to ultimately decide what what is the next step, right, on this chariot that we're moving along in? But it's ultimately, what do I want to transform? After the card number 12 is card number 13, the death card. It talks about what do you need to release? What mental, emotional, whatever baggage can you let go of? So you're energetically making room, new room in your life for better opportunities that are going to advance your career, that are going to make you happy, Cancer, right? Make room for love. So typically the hangman, his feet are always shown in this like four shape, if you will. And it does talk about stability, right? We think of the four corners of the house. To have a solid, steady foundation, you got to have a 4. So he's working on getting that solid, steady foundation, but he's not quite there yet, right? Again, the need to be illuminated. He wears a crown of illumination around his head, illuminated into new ideas, new possibilities. Again, it's seeing the same things you've always seen, but seeing it in a new light, in a new way, literally upside down, right? And I can't help but notice we have those 2 horses. Keep in mind, these are different decks, but it's very representative, the idea of the dark and the light, balancing the 2. Here they're going in opposite directions. Now they're headed towards each other, so I see that as hopeful that we can get these horses together, we can get them in order to go straight. Sorry, Cancer, my camera froze there. So anyway, it's optimistic. These horses are heading together down similar paths. We just have to get them together in order to transition out of hangman mode and ultimately embrace death, embrace change, embrace newness. And that's exactly what this is. It's new. This pentacle is new. It's a new opportunity. It's taking advantage, potentially financially, on new successful endeavors, opportunities. Something fun. It's like a circus act. It's like a 3-ring circus act I'm getting. It's exciting and kind of, it might be really bizarre. Maybe you do some sort of like interpretive dancing or what is the word? Like performance art, and it's a little bit out there. It's a little bit wacky. It's like otherworldly. It's otherworldly, the universe card. It might be ahead of its time. That's could totally be what this is. Not everybody may understand it or like it or appreciate it. And so maybe this is you trying to gain clarity on how you can capitalize on the skills you have, on the talent, to better understand it, to not just rush in with wild abandonment the way these horses are, right? They're not reined in. They're just kind of running around and it's anarchy. There's a need to gain that stability before you fully immerse yourself in this new endeavor. Oh, shit. Oh, my cards went everywhere. I gotta watch my mouth. I mean, shoot, darn it. Gosh darn it, all the heck. All right, let's clarify the suspended man, the 7 of Swords. Okay, Pisces got this card as well. So, okay, I always say it because it's just, it's the nature of the beast. This is the liar, cheater, thief card. It doesn't always have to mean that. It's all relative to what this card comes into. For me, this card is a hesitation of moving on. I always say, the Ace of Swords is the sword of truth. It's pointed up towards the heavens. Swords are all about thoughts, ideas, logic, communication. They're upside down, the way the hangman is. They're not pointed to the sky the way that you could channel messages to your mighty sword, your sword of truth from the heavens, from the universe, greater thought, intuition, that kind of thing. They're pointed down. So again, there's a hesitation of understanding the full picture, understanding the full detail. For Pisces, I said to them, it's like they were flying under the radar, not realizing how big of an opportunity this is going to be for them. Whatever this is the external. This journey you're metaphorically taking, whether you're physically going somewhere or again, just progressing the career forward, you've been flying under the radar potentially with this idea, and I think it's something you dearly love. It's something you want to nurture well into the future. But yeah, there's a hesitation of knowing which way to go with it. That's exactly how I see this card. It's not so much that he's sneaking away, he's indecisive. What tent is he going into next? Does he have enough swords? Does he need to go get more? There's indecision here. And it's just interesting. I was thinking, I said flying under the radar. Bats are the ones that have the night radar, right? Flying under the radar. I don't know if that's going to land for any of you. Just there's something symbolic. And again, these are different decks. So when they kind of merge like that means something. That's significant. It mostly has to do with not understanding the full potential of this idea yet. And again, it's nothing bad. It's bigger than you could possibly conceive, at least at the moment. So I would say that this is wise. The conflict of your spread is not fully understanding. You're in hangman mode. You're not ready to transition into the big changes yet. And rightfully so, if you're still confused, if you're still hesitant, if you're still, it's not so much worry. Again, it's questioning the right path, maybe the right client to pitch your idea to, it may have to do with the right people to communicate this idea with. If you're bringing on the financial advisor, the web designer, the administrator, it's like gathering the right tools before you maybe go public with your business, getting the pieces together and understanding how they work before you actually incite the action, okay? So what is your advice or guidance? The 8 of Fire. Okay, fire energy is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And it talks about forward movement, right? This is symbolically the another Sagittarius card, by the way. This is symbolically the archer. He pulls his bow back and those wands fly through the air, right? It's swift, forward, quick movement. It's action. Wands speak about action, our passions, our careers, travel, definitely potentially travel. And I do sense that with the Chariot. And especially with the universe, again, otherworldly, like building an empire and going to new cities, new states, new countries, overseas, other planets. But do you understand what I'm saying? It's bigger. It can no longer be contained. Something about this rattling pot. It's like there's nothing left in it, and I don't know why this visual is coming, but it's like it's sitting on this hot fire, but there's nothing inside of it, so it's just going to explode because cups need that water inside. They need something to cook, right? I'm getting at something here. I'm not just being a crazy person. There needs to be water in the cup. And again, water in tarot is love, emotions. There needs to be love. There needs to be love and investment in what we're doing here, or else it's going to shatter. The idea won't get off the ground. So it's really beautiful that you're bringing in this Ace of Pentacles, new opportunity, surrounded by love. Love of what you do, love of the people you do it with, potentially, right? I do think that if you're working on a team or in a group, someone or the group in general, it's like you just have this dynamic together. You may be yin and yang, but it's like you make it work. Fire and water, dark and light, balancing opposite. And I mean, Sagittarian is a fire sign. You have 2 Sagittarian cards, Cancer. Water and fire, they're opposite, but when they come together, they make steam, boom, and it's powerful. Like this thing is going to crack. It's going to crack open a new world and new opportunities, the new universe. Have I rambled enough? All right, let's clarify the 8 of Fire. I love this for you, Cancer. It's so optimistic. You guys are due for something good. Maybe it's because we're heading into Cancer season shortly. You guys had I think you had a rough couple months. So again, if it resonates, great. If it doesn't, it doesn't have to be your story, but this may talk about leaving the comfort zone. Do you see how his home is right there and he's shooting arrows away? Again, if there's some new endeavor, if you're going to some sort of show where you're displaying your products, you're displaying your services, you're mingling, you're going to mixers and talking to people, you're networking, there's a need to leave the comfort zone, the safety zone. Maybe it's literally taking the company you started in your home, in your apartment, and it's going to be an empire. It's going to be something bigger. It's traveling. It's sending your products out to the world. Maybe you sell stuff online. It's going, World Wide Web, that kind of thing. Has anybody said World Wide Web since 1992? Oh my God, what's wrong with me? The www dot. Let's clarify this 8 of Fire I almost said Sagittarius, for Cancer. Could definitely be dealing with a Gemini as well with that Lover's card. You also have an Aquarius card here. The Suspended Man is Pisces too. And then you have your own card. You could be dealing with another Cancer. All right, so clarifying the 8 of Fire is the 7 of Shields. That makes sense. This is the assessment card. It's sometimes it's looking at the seeds you have planted and wondering if they'll grow. You're assessing, did I put them in a good spot? Do they have enough nutrients in the soil? Is there enough sunlight? Is there enough water? It's looking at this concoction that you're brewing, right? This potential business endeavor, this new project, this new creation, and wondering if you have the ingredients right. It's, do we add this? Do we take this out? The same way I was saying, like, do we bring in the web designer? Does this person know, I don't know, does this person know Photoshop? Do we have someone who's good with whatever this program? This concoction you're making, you're wondering if the ingredients are right. Now you're at 7 of Pentacles, so it's like the money is fine, it's stable, but there's potential here for it to be like a booming enterprise. And it has to do with sending, it's either you traveling to promote this business or sending out samples to the world, putting your stuff online for the universe to see, for the world to see. It's getting yourself out there. Wands can also be messages, communication, sending out those like flyers that get put in people's mailboxes, sending out emails to your clients. This could be sending out coupons, right? If you're having a sale and you're trying to drive up business and customers, sending referrals. This could be sending out resumes. You're assessing how to get this concoction to the best it can be, to suit everyone's taste. Which is interesting though, because something about this idea, as we were saying, it's a little bit off kilter. It's a little bit wacky and unique to you. So I will say, because this is your guidance and advice, be true to yourself. Don't make this soup something that just everyone is going to like. Again, staying within the idea of being unique, putting your own mark on the world, leaving your own mark on the world. It's okay to have a signature move. Not everyone is going to love what you're doing, Cancer. And if you're okay with that, then that's fantastic, right? There's no need to conform to everybody else. That's what I'm trying to say here. And again, with this assessment card, I noticed there's 2 people in it. This could be like a powerhouse dynamic of something that you're doing, again, with a partner. I think this is you. I could be wrong, but whatever you guys do together, it's magical and people can't take their eye off of it. You have equilibrium twice. That's the bottom of this deck. This is the same card, different decks. It's temperance, right? Balancing of opposites, toe in the pool of intuition. Follow your intuition, Cancer. You're one of the most intuitive signs. You're a water sign, right? You rule with your heart, with your feelings, with your love. Don't get caught up in the nitty-gritty details of funds, of money, because it's there. What you need to focus on is the love of what you're doing, and putting your love into that project. It's going to transmit in your work. When you send your work out for people to view and see, they're going to feel that love you're sending out into the universe. Cancer, I love it. This has been such a good reading. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got something out of it. I'm excited just to tell you these messages. Anyway, if that resonated, please do like, share, subscribe, right down here somewhere. You're going to want to hit the like and the subscribe. Hit that wiggly bell if you want notifications when I post. Anyway, thank you for joining me today, Cancer. Sending you guys all the best. I will catch you probably next week for our June monthly readings. And that's it. Wishing you all the best. Bye, Cancer.